Namaskar, dear viewers. Welcome back to our daily series on the timeless teachings of Shri Brahmachaitanya Maharaj. Today's Pravachan gently reminds us that we belong not to this transient world, but solely to God. Saints, with their presence and teachings, constantly awaken this deep truth within us. And to reflect on this divine reminder, we'll explore a miraculous incident from the life of Gajanan Maharaj of Shegaon, a saint whose mere presence drew seekers toward God. Saints remind us that we belong to God. When doing anything, the purpose for which we do it is clearly in the mind. Similarly, while meditating on Nama, we should ever be alive to the object of doing it. To remember at all times that we really belong to God, and neither to the body nor to sensual, worldly matters, is to maintain his awareness constantly. We actually belong to him, but lapse into the illusion that we are of the palpable world. The saints reawaken us to the reality, and this indeed is their true mission. The panacea they prescribe is meditating on Nama, which in effect is a persistent reminder that we belong to God and not to worldly pleasures. You say that you want to see Rama, but how would you recognize him even if he were to present himself to you? To that purpose, you must annihilate the present distance between him and yourself, and must be able to identify him. This needs absolute purity of heart, that is, of feeling. One may perform different types of devotional disciplines and exercises, but they will all come to naught in the absence of genuine, loving devotion for him. These disciplines will undoubtedly create devotion in course of time, but spiritual efforts performed with devotion will expedite the attainment of the goal. Of the 9 kinds of devotional disciplines, complete dedication is the simplest and the most important. If we completely surrender ourselves to God, whatever we do automatically gets dedicated to him. It is necessary for everyone to see wherein lies his will. Others can advise about the path, but it is up to the person himself to act. The real cause of our bondage is not the environment, but our own mental attitude. It is only Nama that can be practiced irrespective of time, state, or circumstances. To be able to preserve one's contentment under any condition is really God's total grace. By devout contemplation of God, one automatically acquires occult powers which, however, are considered despicable. So we should meditate on God, but ignore these powers and never use them. Our meditation should be for God's sake only, without adulteration by desire. The saints never put their powers to use. Being merged in the Supreme Being, they completely resign everything to its will. When they do appear to be performing miracles, they are only prompted by that Supreme Being. Personal reflection. One day a man named Bankatlal, a wealthy devotee, began doubting Gajanan Maharaj's divinity. How can this wandering fakir remind anyone of God? He asked. Gajanan Maharaj, reading his heart, did not respond directly, but smiled compassionately. A few days later, Bankatlal's young son suddenly fell ill, with a severe fever and hallucinations. Despite the best medical treatment, his condition worsened, and the boy slipped into unconsciousness. Desperate and helpless, Bankatlal turned to Gajanan Maharaj and pleaded, "Please save my son." Gajanan Maharaj simply looked at the boy and murmured a few words. No drama, no rituals. Within moments the child stirred, opened his eyes and said, "I saw a bright light. A kind sage told me, 'You belong to God, not to fear.' Then I woke up." This moment transformed Bankatlal completely. He bowed in tears before Maharaj, realizing that saints truly exist to awaken us from our worldly sleep and remind us of our divine origin. This touching story reveals the very essence of today's Pravachan. Saints may appear outwardly simple, but their lives are constant reminders of God's presence. Like Maharaj said, our true identity isn't the body or our possessions, but the divine soul within. When we come into contact with a true saint, our inner being is stirred awake. Saints don't give us sermons alone. Their grace itself pulls us out of delusion and into remembrance of our true source, God. Friends, may we remember that the purpose of this life is to return to the one we truly belong to, God. And to help us in that journey, saints like Gajanan Maharaj come as luminous reminders. Let us keep their teachings alive in our heart and never let go of the Nama they recommend. Do like, share and subscribe to stay connected with these daily gems. May the grace of saints guide your every step on the spiritual path.